obsessed with aesthetics because in the high 500s, in a state where there's no mind, there's no thoughts, the most blissful, peaceful, yummy, delicious thing to enjoy is beauty. Whatever you consider beautiful, whatever it's nourishing to your soul, whatever, what are we here for, right? To experience the passion and the aliveness of existence, and everything, absolutely everything is energy. Whenever you're aligned with your calling, whenever you're aligned with what lifts you up, whatever you need and more will always be gravitating your way. It gets magnetized to you. It's effortless. You don't have to do much. Just relax and be open to receive. And then receivingness happens as a byproduct of knowing that you're standing in the frequency of your wish fulfilled, on the frequency of what you know you are here to be. There's no doing, there's no forcing, there's no striving for. There's just, my heart's open and I'm ready to claim the beauty that already was so. Beauty is truth. Whatever it's beautiful symbolizes the most specific geometrical patterns aligned with God, this grandiose, omnipresent dream that is supposed to be yummy, delicious, nourishing, and fill you with all that your heart desires. So, it all happens in front of you. Whenever you experience something that is not of your preference, let it happen like this. Like if you're watching a movie of your character playing out, whenever triggers comes up, whenever a contraction come up, whenever something that's not of your preference, you're saying, Ilian, I'm manifesting my dream reality. I'm experiencing everything that I've been calling in. Yet sometimes I feel contraction. Sometimes I feel that something is just not going my way. And then I feel that, let's call it non-gratitude, because when you're in the state of receiving ship, you're always grateful and things always happen for you. But let's say that in that moment, because it didn't happen for you, you're in a state of unappreciation. It's not the state of receiving ship. It's the state of, I'm not trusting enough. But that's completely okay, because that's the best thing you could have done in that moment. And in that moment, you let whatever frequency that's not aligned with the ultimate truth, which is unconditional love, unconditional freedom, unconditional safety, peaceful bliss, happen just like that. This. Whatever that version of yourself, whatever conditioning, whatever aspect of you that's still holding on to trauma, limiting belief, smallness, unworthiness, that's not you. That's why it's completely okay for let that trigger to happen, for you to look at it, witness it, and have absolutely no identification with it. What is the ego? Is identifying, is the verb of I am this. Yet you're actually the verb, because the verb is the happening. The verb is the beauty. The verb is the radiance. The verb is sadness appearing, happiness appearing, abundance appearing, contraction appearing, anger appearing. That's the verb. Yet when I say I am that, you're identifying yourself and labeling and contracting yourself into that small frame. Imagine how many frames can happen in a lifetime. Infinite frames of possibility, potentiality. Infinite, infinite. And you're going to say, I am just that single frame of contraction, of sadness, of grief, of anger, of shame, or guilt. How limiting, how silly can that be, that you can be just that one frame? What if you can be everything and nothing? What if you can be every single particle of existence? So whenever the trigger comes up, the trauma comes up, the judgment, the identification, I'm not worthy of this or that, I know that's absolutely untrue. So you deal with it when it shows up. You're always already free until something shows up, if it shows up. And if it never shows up, then you're always free. So it's not like you have to strive for realization. It's not like you have to strive for enlightenment. You're the modern mystic. It's already so. You're already in a state of awakening, of peace, of pleasure, of yumminess, of juiciness, deliciousness, until something shows up, if it shows up. And if it doesn't show up, then you are that. So you stop thinking about enlightenment, and it's just about what is the most exciting, nourishing thing that I can think I could create for myself and the rest of myself. What can I choose right now that will lit me up, that will expand my heart, and that will become a beacon or ripple of light for everybody else in my field, which are mirrors of me? Then you stop thinking about emptying the mind. When the mind becomes blank, then it's just the infinite creativity and the infinite space for creation. And this is funny. Added some peanut butter to my coffee. Wow. Would you rather cuddle in roses or would you rather cuddle in poop? Whenever you're not believing in your infinite lovingness, in your infinite worth as whole and complete, as the abundance of your soul, as an incarnated being that came here to play and enjoy and create and laugh and be silly and get angry too and have dramas and all the plays of existence because you had the free will to choose which movies you wanted to play. Yet when you forget that you chose that and you are that beingness of infinite potentiality, then you're cuddling in poop. Every time you believe you're unworthy, you're cuddling in poop. Every time you believe that you're not good enough, you're cuddling in poop. Every time that you think that it's not possible for you, but it's possible for them and for Eliane and for Nikki and for Boo, and it's possible for everybody but for you, you're the most arrogant particle in existence that everybody's infinitely worthy of all of their heart's desires except for you. How selfish can that be? In that moment, you're cuddling in poop. So the question would you rather cuddle in roses or do you want to cuddle in poop? I think it's an easy choice, right, guys? Okay. You gotta move through it all. All fear is illusion, surrender all fear to God. All fear. Whatever fear you can think of, the fear of the loss of love, the fear of the loss of friendship, the fear of the loss of money, the fear of the old age, the fear of being left behind, the fear of losing potential, the fear of anything. Poor me, victim mindset, victim mentality. Oh, I'm scared because I'm small and separate. It's illusion. How can you possibly be separate from creation? You are creation itself. You are a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of exquisite particle of divine love that is connected to every single other particle of divine love in the entire multiverse. Yes, because it's quantum, it's multidimensional. And when you move, when you talk, you affect and influence every single particle. That's why there's no such thing as lack. It doesn't exist because the moment you choose something or you let go of something, you create space and it's instantly replenished with another particle of creation. Because what reality is doing is its best to align everything in balance. The laws of nature, everything in perfect balance. Everybody benefiting, everybody growing, everybody expanding, everybody having fun, unless you don't remember. If you don't remember that you're God, not an arrogant God that says, I'm God and you're not. If you remember you're God like everybody else, as God's children, as particles of that connection to the one source of the Godhead, then you would think that there's slack. Yet that's an illusion. Yet you gotta test yourself. You gotta walk through all fear, no matter what, committed to that truth. Committed to the truth of your being as infinitely worthy, infinitely abundant, as nourished, as delicious, exciting, yummy. And whenever you cross the threshold of the next potential, of the next fear, you meet a ceiling. Oh, that's my ceiling. That's how much I can trust myself, know myself, accept myself, love myself. And from that point of worthiness and doubt, the doubt is the one that tells you you're not it. How can possibly you be love? Think about that question. How can possibly you be love? What else would you be? Of course, you're love. Everybody's love. Yet when you meet that threshold, that's when you meet your fear. That's when you meet your trigger. That's when you meet your conditioning. Push through it no matter what. All fear solutions, surrender all fear to God. And then you're free forever. And then it's a playground of your creation, of whatever the fuck you want to experience. In the next videos, we're going to talk about fear of money and fear of institutions. So you can identify where you're still scared of your power, where you're maybe still playing small, sabotaging your infinite potential. We're going to talk of fear of being caught, when you're still lying to yourself or others, and how that creates unconscious guilt that may be preventing you from creating the most precious, abundant, and epic life. The fear of responsibility that may be preventing you from choosing to step into your potential, to choose to be in the embodiment of your higher self. The fear of power, and outsourcing power as a form of self sacrifice out of Akashic records, old agreements, previous life vows, or just a subtle belief that somebody else deserves it more than you. And those things can be very, very subtle, can be things that you may be, but Yulia, I don't think that's me. If you're not living the life of your dreams, then there's a subtle belief that you're still not there. And that's not true, because you are. You're it. You're me. And how we're going to stop playing by the matrix rules, although you can never not be in a matrix, because even in the newer matrix, it's just a new paradigm, just a more abundant one, a more delicious one, a more cooperative, collaborative one. And how you can be your own bank, how you can be your own government, how you can be your own sovereign being, your own leader, your own God. Great. So if you want to see the full length videos, I suggest you subscribe to the modernmystic.ai, where you're going to see the complete transmission of the messages that are going to be bringing you. And if you wish to have more private work, more deeper, intimate look into your beliefs and how we can craft the highest version of yourself, and you crystallizing your heart's desires, your dream life, the things that you want to experience, then send me an email. I'm ready to apply for mentorship at Nicole@NikiOrtega.com. It's also in the description or in the site modernmystic.ai in mentorships. And I would be so excited to know you, meet you, and see how we can collaborate in your remembrance of your infinite worthiness and the claiming of your divinity as love.